diplomat that I don't use often. Right, Lana is pretty sweet. I don't need to keep them impressed much more. But I will, since our diplomat's not exactly doing much else. I have that claim on Ava. I would like another claim on Ava, specifically for Saline. Good enough. Let's get back to you. I could cancel the tributary, of course, but that'll decrease stability, so I'll just cheese them off a bit more as I build my spy network. It said the bandits until the end of the game. Yeah, but you see, Yoim second. Sometimes you just gotta be lucky. Kill them all, you say? But I could kill them all. I'll take that prestige because I'm desperate for it. But I do wish I'd just killed them all. Ah, but that was in Mrak-U, which we just got them in. I fired faster because the autonomy is lower there. And it'll remain lower there, I believe. Let's have you do a pathetic attempt to lower discontent. And we'll find... Oh, monastic vows broken. The religious discipline of the monks is faltering. Lacking funds. We've got plenty of funds. They just can't have it, though. And Prostia has no unrest problems for a while. And I think it certainly won't have them for the next 10 years. So I'd like to get that, please. Jake, will you be moving your capital to Europe or Africa so you can trade Company Asia? It's less that I can trade Company Asia, more that I don't have to have the problems of having a capital so far away from you, from where you conduct your everything. But yes, I will. The trade company bonus is second to that. Candy? When did I ever care about candy? Tell you what though, what I should care about is actually collecting my trade in Bengal rather than transferring it away. This will probably actually increase my trade considerably. Ayutthaya is bankrupt again, lucky us. But I need an opportunity to fight them. Yeah, that was good. Good move. Khmer's taking care of that. Damn you, Ayutthaya. Damn that Dr. Fred. Don't you actually have to pay your dudes to lower the unrest? They still lower unrest a little bit. 1.75 right now. If I paid them a lot more, they would reduce it by a lot more. But I'm only really interested if they bring it down below the threshold of what I need. And unfortunately, we're not at that threshold. And unless I have a reduction guy, that I'm willing to afford, yeah, that's probably cheaper just affording him for a while than eating all this unrest. Or rather, eating the rebels that this unrest is going to cause. But if these hold out for just a little longer, or I actually increase my stability for once, yeah, we'll do it now that it's a bit cheaper. Now we can actually start building up prosperity as well. Once that devastation has got... Where did all this devastation come from? Who had this under occupation? The rebels, I guess, when they came back. Oh well, still, that gets rid of the Arakanis, and then there's the Tangus, which should go away soon enough. Still not enough to justify paying you, though. And now I can enforce our heritage with some missionary strength, but I think this gets removed when I change religion. So I'd rather keep it so I have more tolerance of heathens. I don't exactly have to convert anything for a long time. Okay, could really do with our talented Elghorn taking control. They're better in every conceivable way. Except for, I'd really like Bold Fighter. Could we get ourselves a general whilst we have that going? Yeah, can you say? Let's get them. Let's... Oh, my days. Alright, you did amazing for us. Saw Shui Het Pagan. However, it's Elghorn's time in charge. Goodbye legitimacy, goodbye that's a lot of prestige to tank. But it's worth it. Glorious Elghorn will see us through. Glorious Elghorn gonna go with monastic education. And I'd like the Arquebusiers for now, please. Which I probably should have got with my scholarly previous ruler, but what you gonna do? That's just 30 mil down the toilet. And now I can change over to admin, which I desperately need. Alright, 5 shock, time to invade Ava. Yeah, but I need that. I need the tributary relationship to go. Oh, but I could do with getting that claim as well, of course. Ava might be suspicious of the documents we produced. It's still enough to justify war if we so wish. I'll take it. Also, we got good enough relationships with everybody here. Langshan are surprisingly sweet, and god dang it, Ming, get off my back. Wonder what tragedy has to befall Ming for that to be my next move. Unfortunately, though, I only really have 2 moves. It's Ava and it's Prom, and Ava, don't want to decrease that stability with them, especially since I just ate a decrease in stability to abdicate. Let's bring it all back. Civil War. Currently in a disaster, have Regency Council. Okay, Well, there's nothing causing it to progress, but we should keep our eye on that. I need my stability back. Always go for the offense with cavalry. They don't need defense because you should be flanking with them. Nobles demanding rights, do they? Yeah, it's not like I have tons of this stuff, but just enough for that to be incredibly painful. That's fine, take it. Bengal don't like me either. I should remember that they're a particularly juicy target. If I could bring in Lan Na. Distant war. Orissa are truly bankrupt in Bengal, made good use of that. Dang is attacking Jumla, no big trouble for us here. And if I see an opportunity to gain karma, I shall, because I'm good at losing it. There we go, that's nice. Dip rep +2, discipline +5. Karma is actually a pretty powerful thing, it's just not very interesting. Khmer, you shouldn't have taken Champa if you weren't ready for it. I forget what it takes to have a tributary overlord break it with you, but I'm going to keep denying them their tribute. And let's just ignore that. And let's ignore that as well. I don't like going for firearm regiments. The army drill gain is pretty sweet, but that maintenance cost. I care about my money too much for that. Speaking of caring about our money, let's puff out our chest a bit with another bit of cavalry. And 1 bit of infantry. Are you embargoing Bengal? Could make you some money as well. I hadn't thought about that. They are my rival after all. Well, they are now. I'm not going to make Daiviet my ally. That gives us a bit of pain. A man we banished for banditry has returned, ready to make life hard again. Okay. Where was my thoughts on that? Issue the embargo to you. And I should probably embargo Ayutthaya as well. Oh. Ooh, yeah. Can we have the prince rule instead of the heir? Not thinking a lot of Falun here. But we'll have them as Haramir, because the name Haramir brought us very good returns in the Renovating Iberia run. 30 trust or lower breaks tributary status. Well, I'm still their tributary with that awesome flag. But maybe it'll make them, well, hopefully it makes them ditch it with us. Their alliance with Mong Mao does not scare me. I'll just bring in my friends and crush them all. My tech 6 is great, though. I should be able to take on anything with or without a pulse with that. I'm just not happy that Ayutthaya is still allied with Ming. There's a nice bit of cheese I can use to get around that. I could fight somebody else that is a Ming tributary. Somebody like Mong Mao, and heavens knows that I could make Langshan get a claim on Mong Mao. Instantly white piece them, but during that I declare war on Ayutthaya. Ming doesn't get involved, and then I crush them. But I'm not going to do that. I want to work for what I get around here. Hell, we worked for all this so far. Legitimacy still going down because of the prestige. It's always the option of the best CB, Jake. There are good CBs and there are best CBs. Abbott have foolishly broken the tributary state they had with us. They no longer trust us. We will not reward such foolishness. You're right, we shouldn't reward such for Mongpai. What are you doing? This would destabilize them. What's Mong Pai to you? Well, a tributary, I suppose. You seemed pretty keen on it before. Oh, right. Now we're no longer tributaries together. Okay, well, let's just do this the loud way then. You're going down, and my friend Lana will help me. He has military access, perhaps? Ooh. Ooh, right. With that no longer the case, now they want to go for me. However, this is a good opportunity to slaughter Ayutthaya if he ends up in a coalition against me with someone else that's pathetic. Sadly, I don't have a truce with Mong Mao. Might be worth my while grabbing a very quick ally before I go into this. Either Mong Yang or the other Mong. A Mong's a Mong, but I think I'll go for Mong Yang. Seems less risky that way. I mean, it's like pick your poison, but which one's the better one to have? When in doubt, consider forts. They're really good for AIs to get cheesed up with, and that's a capital fort. So I'm gonna get a very useful, or potentially useful alliance with Mong Yang, and then I crush into you. Lana is gonna help me out. Mong Yang, oddly enough, are not up for that, probably because of the whole tributary thing. Mong Mao will get involved, and this is a good way to keep them out of the coalition. Did they coalition me? No, they did not. They probably would, though. Yeah, almost certainly. They hate my guts. Is there any downside to this foolproof plan? Not when you have 5 shock general on your side. Lana, do you want that land? Oh, yes you do. Good, then I can strengthen my ally in the process. Let's get to it. And this is a war for Saline because it's more expensive and outside of the fort's zone of control. So come on, Lana. Let's get Saline. I'm just going to march straight in there. No need to suppress rebels now, even though Tangu wishes to rise up. Mong Huang won't help you. They have rebels. Yeah, but I mean, rebels are trouble for invaders as well. That's one of the really, really cool things about rebels in the game. Even though people hate it. Oh, I forgot Langshang exists. Normally I just keep my subjects under scutage. I don't like the fact that you're interested in this province. Let's also do what we can to prevent him from doing anything of value here. It's fine for me if Lana wastes his time and manpower on that siege. It's a long siege, but you've got the wherewithal to deal with it. I wonder also, could I... You're my ally and you won't give me access? Ah, because I'm at war with your tributary overlord, you crafty bugger. Alright, fair enough. We've got more than one way to skin a cat here. Fertility to Lower Burma, and yet we... No, our old ruler was infertile, right? Yeah, but we already had an heir, so no big deal. I remember fighting around here with bloomin' Dali, but those days are behind us, thankfully. The temptation is to rush and crush Ava there, but there's no real incentive for me to hurry along with that. I will, however, take my 10 to 1 here. Always get your 10s to 1s, folks. He is also subscribing to the 10 to 1 school. Gotta remember that I'm at war with Mong Nai. I could knock him out. I could also give a bunch of his land to you. You only want... Wait, no, not at war with Mong Nai. I'm at war with Mong Mao. Hey, this is a good opportunity to knock Mong Mao out very swiftly. There's no need for me to focus fire on Ava if I could just ravage this guy's bits and bobs. This is good enough for me. Except the attrition is too high. And there's no need for me to burn all of my units here. We'll just keep them keeping an eye on each other. And we'll remove Mong Mao's occupation here. Yeesh. These things aren't getting any cheaper, you know. Renaissance is a ways away. Screw it, let's just enjoy some influenza for a while. Alright, they got that back, but I just want Mongmao out of the war so they don't cause any further troubles. I'll probably have to take their capital. Although, if I just took these back from them, that'll probably be enough. Ava knows what I'm doing. Warriors do not read books. Admin and dip cost increase for 10 years. Could we just get this first, please? I don't like what I saw. You're going to liberate your capital. That's a shame. So I should liberate the existence of Mong... what's-his-face? Yeah, well, that's pretty painful. You're going to gun down Lan Na at that rate. But I can get Mong face out of this. Grab a couple of ducats for our troubles and kick you out. Yeah, I could give this province to Lan Na, but I could also get rid of 7,000 enemy troops from this this war. Wherever they're hiding. Where are they hiding? Yeah, and I'd rather get rid of those 7,000. Any estate monarch points possible? Yeah, not really. Could get military support in 69, actually in a few months, so good timing on that. Still, let's just kick these guys out of the war. Get our army back together and crush Ava. Look at that. Boy wonders going for my capital, but his fort just took back a lot of his land, so that's worth me caring about. Alright, but I can just go and slaughter him, and then we take over Ava. I might even rush him and completely kill him in this one attack. And he knows that, that's why he's running away like a coward. No, Mongyang, I'm not looking for that intimate a relationship, but I do want to keep others off the back when it comes to coalition o'clock. These guys are friendly enough, although Mongpai could always be a bit friendlier. Yeah, I'm never getting Mong Nai out of my hair, or am I? It's not an impossibility, let's work on him a bit. It's all about not letting that coalition grow by a little more. Let's keep Dai Viet sweet as well. And yeah, let's grab those temples, eat that increased cost. Oh, he wants to wait right there. Sadly, it's a river crossing to get into that grassland. Oh, but not so sadly, he's running away. I don't want to be the one wasting away sieging his fort, but it could be hard getting to him. There's no way to get there because Ava borders all of that. He always has Sagaing as a safe province. So maybe I should just gun down his capital regardless of the manpower costs. And he will keep himself busy elsewhere. Sadly, I don't have siege, but Lan Na does, and Lan Na just attached to me. And there's no need to spend all of my units if I don't have to, so that's exactly what we'll do. This is what the AI likes to do, so we're going to use it against them. Have a siege force working their magic, whilst backup is very close to hand. And the backup is plentiful, not taking attrition. And it's well led, so we can jump in at a moment's notice. The riches of the monastic order. I feel like they might have to contribute here. That's some nice money, but keeping my karma sweet is pretty swell as well. Let's keep them sweet, because that can translate quite nicely to the admin power. Alright, nobility, it's time for you to give what I deserve. Although I would really like even more out of you. Yeah, 100. 100 will do. Well, he says that, but now they don't like me. But they'll come to like me, so it's okay. This isn't so nice. He's actually splitting up and doing clever things. However, once we have his capital, it's just going to be cleanup. I don't mind if Langshan gets too bummed down. He's completely culturally wrapped up together. It's all his culture, it's all his cores, so no matter how much I exhaust him, the worst he's going to get is some peasantry rising up. Also, welcome Warthog Driver. Welcome to the family. Ooh, looking forward to watching VODs of this post-exam, says Mr. Manager. Excellent work at actually restraining yourself, because I would just be straight on doing anything other than preparing for exams. Exams blow so hard. I flunked most of my exams and I'm still doing fine. Those that I turned up for, at least. Oh man, I was such an awful student. Hope Mother isn't listening right now. Alright, Chimera is still fairly sweet, so I don't have to worry about them so much. And I don't think aggressive expansion is being much of a problem outside of the Southeast Asian sphere. It's all these Buddhists, right? Hmong Mao I could work on keeping out of my hair, even though I just got a nice truce with them. That's why God invented resets. Ah, resets. Good joke. Bengal are really keeping up. They got Tech 6 as well. I rushed it and still... I bet I could have rivaled Ava before I went to war. I always forget my my rivals. Alright, so Ava is down. I would rather have my subjects bleed for me than bleed myself. If this province holds out, which it does of course, because it's our province and it's just that damn good. If it holds out, then we can go and reinforce it. And then we can take the fight in the hills, a favourable fight in the hills. Oh wow, it's being a real champion. Not so happy that I'm the one arriving first. 10 days. Oh god, we're a ways away on that one. But it's not a lot of my units that are being thrown into the meat grinder here. And damn, I gotta hand it to Langshang. They don't fall for any man. Let's just reappropriate these provinces. And that's gonna be the end of Ava. I mean, I came for 2 provinces, but why stop at 2? No, really, why stop at 2? Why not take everything? Where's he running to? Where can he run to? Alright, no further than there. Sadly, it's hilly, but not so sadly, he's dead. No, I'm not flanking him though, I'm not taking my own advice. My units are a bit too beaten up right now. Alright, he won't escape this though. Plop. I took a lot of manpower damage there, a lot more than I'm comfortable with, but because I had Langshang thrown into it, it ended up a lot better than one could have hoped. We're sweet enough with Mong Huang, so we can retract you for now. Happy Gobble Gobble Day. Well, cheers. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. As I said, I've celebrated Thanksgiving before. It's an amazing time. Alright, get that last one back and Ava's toast. What do we do with poor little Ava? He definitely can't keep his capital. I'm thinking of this. Maybe I could be even nastier. Will I get his tributaries if I do this? Oh, the Ming won't be happy. I guess I could leave him alive with one tiny little shred. And then I take more money off of him. Again, I don't get most of it. What a disgrace. My ally deserves something out of this, though. Let's see, Ava won't exist. Mong Mao and Mong Nai don't have truces with them. I don't care about Ayatai. Oh, that's not enough to keep Mong Quang happy, though. Barely. How much does it give Mong Quang? 60. So if I just improve relations with them a touch more, we're good. Yeah, Mong Mao is a lost cause at this point. Same with Mong Nai. Jake, I think you'd get his tributaries. That would be pretty cute, wouldn't it? Then I'd have to defend them and stuff, and I'm not sure I'm up for that. I'm not really sure I'm up for having Ming as an enemy. But if I improved my relationship with Ming, I could keep them out, and then I'd have a lot of tributaries giving me loads of manpower. Which is a pretty sweet deal. A pretty dang sweet deal, I must say. I would go all in, says Lepardi. I'm willing to agree. Let's keep Mong Quang sweet. And take over. Would sort out the coalition though if all the members are tributaries. That it would. Would it make a tributary out of my ally though? We must do this for science, but I must keep Ming out of my hair. I'm not dealing with that. No way, no how. It's probably going to start firing civil war for me as well, but we'll stay on top of that. Let's get rid of that war exhaustion too. Intricate web weaver. How about intricate? No more revolts from these guys. It's my favorite kind of web weaving. Alright, that's as sweet as I can keep Mong Huang. And it's not enough, but they will be my tributary. So we got that going for us. So Mong Huang, not a problem. Ming is still a big problem though. They're going to lose 39 opinion with me. But we'll have it up quite soon. The closer your opinion is to 0, the faster you can move it with improved relations. Also, they're not... They might be winning against Wanzhou, but they're also being occupied by Wanzhou and having Yi separatists rising up. Are you playing EU4 off stream these days? I haven't touched EU4 since the end of Pirate Nexus. Then again, that wasn't very far away, was it? Powerful monastery in Mrukyu. This province has been nothing but problems since I took it over. But I could lose a lot of autonomy in it, and it has no estate. So I like the idea of cleansing it. That's a really nice drop in autonomy. Khmer wants marriage, Ava wants peace. I just want Ming off my bloomin' backside. And we're almost there, 37. This is going to be a hell of a power play. And it's going to cost me all my admin again. I need tech here. I don't strictly need these provinces. I need to get myself over to Europe. This is just adding more and more development that I have to pay for in the future, and it's not coastal lands. But despite all that moaning, I'm still taking it over. I'm going to do this at the turn of the year, because then more stuff will degrade quite nicely for that. Is there anybody else that's worth even trying with here? Not Mong Nai or Mong Mao, nor Ayutthaya, and Mong Quang will be my subject, so too bad. I'll just keep Lang Shang a bit sweeter, or maybe my allies. Yeah, Mong Pai. I can't believe I kept Mong Pai around. They've fought surprisingly hard for somebody so rubbish. Look at that, their lands are hilly, they have crummy trade goods to the start of the game. But I grew them. They even started as the wrong religion. And they're still the wrong religion. What a terrible place. Okay, we looking good? That looks like a whole lot of Ming not being coalitioning me. But it's close, like it's super close. Alright, let's take it over. Boom, 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 boom. Oh boy, oh boy. Just in time for the main title of Crusader Kings to hit its crescendo there. Okay, Mong Pai are a subject under me, so I won't keep them as an ally anymore, which is a dang shame. But that's fine as long as they're my tributaries. And now I can start demanding things out of them. And you better believe I don't want crummy little amounts of gold. No, it's about manpower. Manpower out of everybody. That's a decent prom on the map, especially since we've only been at this for almost 3 decades. More time passed than I thought. We're going to lose you. We now have a civil war in motion because of overextension. However, this land is really quick to core because it's all in my culture group. Glorious culture group of Burmese. Tabayin's a bit of a problem child. It's in a bad area here. I really hope this is all in colonial region. Not colonial region, what's the word that I want? Trade company region. What does that even come under again? Geographical, of course. Oh yeah, of course, it's the Burmese Charter. That's fine, I can come back for it later when I'm in Europe. However, I'm at a staggering 156 development. I really should avoid growing by much more unless it's maybe these two areas, because it's good coastal land here and it'll rip the throat out of Ayutthaya. Definitely want to strangle them when Ming is not a problem here. You've become a prominent force in the region. Yes, I have. I'm pretty satisfied with that. Very satisfied, in fact. And I'm going to call the stream there for the evening, because this is a nice point to grow from for next time. This is the beginning chapter of PRoman. I'm pretty impressed at how smoothly that went. It didn't deserve to go that smoothly for sure. Next up, we desperately need to tech, but because we are surrounded on all sides by relative safety, this bankrupting mess notwithstanding, Bengal, yeah, whatever, we'll cross that bridge when I get to Chittagong. And then we need to make our way over to Europe, because we need to get our capital to Europe and become Christian, so that we can one day dream of becoming true PRomans. But that is for another time. I suspect this campaign will continue in 2 days, because I do want to get started with Roller Coaster Tycoon, and I should get started with that tomorrow. Yeah, let's commit to that. We have a schedule, we can commit to all kinds of weird and wacky things. So cheers for joining, and until our next stream tomorrow, it's, I gotta stop saying cheers and cheerio. What the heck else should I do, though? I'm just so used to saying it, but I don't like it to become a catchphrase. Well.